We'll move to public forum. Now, we've got two public forums today. I've got Ant Fields. I don't know if Ant is... or Ben. No. Couple of weeks' time. Okay. Yep. All right. We'll save that for the next one. And we've got Jeffrey King. So, Jeffrey, if you'd like to come on up. Now, you're obviously very familiar with council and public forum. Just before you begin. So just before you begin, if you could just...
When listen, I get my water bill.
Jeffrey, so just before we begin, if I can be very, very clear, the one thing I don't want you to do is imply that the staff are doing anything untoward. So the moment you mention
the staff are what?
They're doing anything untoward. So the moment
they are.
Okay, so the moment you mention a staff member, I will shut down your public
I'll
forum.
read what I've written.
Well, no, you won't. So what you'll do is if you do anything that is outside the bounds of what I think is acceptable, we will stop the meeting until you leave. So I'm just giving you fair warning and good spirit that actually you can do something properly, or if you don't...
Sounding like Andrew Turner.
Okay, so would you like to begin? So if we start the timer, he's got 5 minutes.
We're way, are we?
The timer's going, so that would imply you can start.
Thank you, sir. I've come here today to inform you of the dysfunction within the Three Waters and Waste Division of this council. We have in place a consent written by ECAN commissioners in 2011, whereby the community affected by the OPP have a quarterly meeting to air their problems faced through the illegal operation of this OPP, the compost plant at 40 Metro Place. These meetings are held to identify the adverse effects the discharge to air has on the general population city-wide. To ensure that residents' concerns are acted upon, it never happens. Such is the dishonesty and competence to carry out the consents by the Three Waters and Waste Department at the council to minimise the effects, the adverse effects, and it never happens. Supposed to assist ECAN monitoring the effects of the plant, the compliance with the conditions of the consent. Also to ensure that the consent holder operates within the terms of the consent, and it never happens. Never happens. The community meetings are held quarterly in the months of February, May, August and November. These are held on the third Tuesday of the month in question. This month's meeting should have been held yesterday, the 21st of February. We were not advised. It's our meeting. Not the council's meeting, not ECAN's meeting, it's the community's meeting. The community turned up, I think about 4 people turned up, 1 ECAN councillor, but not so the CCC contingent, ECAN contingent or the Living Earth. They were no-shows because they had it organised. Not their meeting to organise. Who then decides that the meeting be cancelled or shifted to another date? Who had the authority to cancel the meeting without informing the community, without consultation with the community? Whose meeting it is? The meeting is a community meeting, not an ECAN or CCC or Living Earth meeting. ECAN run it, make sure the rules are upheld, and the CCC formulates and pays for the likes of the minute secretary, the meeting facilitator, and the venue. The chairperson is supposed to follow up on questions and reports, but it hasn't happened since the meeting was installed for us to air our views in 2011. In the past, we've had one facilitator that has technically assaulted people at these meetings, and one that has threatened people in order to silence them and allow them the breaches of consents to continue. The Commissioner's instructions, consents are breached. Thus, the consents are breached, and we, the community, have been and are subjected to the lies, the deceit and the deception, the abuse and the bullying, and mainly from the Three Waters and Waste Department of this institution. It's not good enough. You need to be held to account. You need to be held responsible for the incompetence displayed. You need to recompense those of the community who turned up in good faith last evening. And that includes me. I'm absolutely fed up with the incompetence of this Three Waters and Waste Department. We've got roadworks down our street. We've got 82-year-old woman pulling her bins down to St John Street to be collected on a Monday. Three Waters and Waste, it's dysfunctional. And it's time you people sat up and took control. Took the control back from these people who think they're somebody and are running a dysfunctional outfit. Fancy an 82-year-old pulling a bloody trolleys down to, it's not far, 100 metres down St John Street.
Great. Well, that concludes your time, so thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
If we can move now to deputations, we think we've got Fiona Bennett first on Zoom. Is she there?